Hello and welcome to another BFS Wargaming live stream. So today we are going to be taking a look at the lists for this upcoming tournament, which is on 16th and 17th of March. So this is the Wednesday before, which is the 13th. So we're going to have a look and go through the lists and see who is bringing what. So we are going to start off with Adam's list, which he is playing the Eldari. So we're going to go in and have a look. Go through the lists and see who is. So Adam's list. So Eldari, we've got Strike Force, Battle Host, obviously. So we've got 3 Autarch Way Leapers, one with the Phoenix Gem, which I believe is the get up on a 2+ when he dies. Very nice. We have another Autarch Way Leaper with the Weeping Stones, which I'm not 100% sure what that actually does, the Weeping Stones. Let's see if I can quickly look that up. Eldari Index Host Enhancements. Weeping Stones is each time the bearer's unit destroys an enemy unit, roll 1d6 and add it to your fate dice. Oh, okay, so he's farming for fate dice. Nice. The Autarch Way Leapers are just brilliant. They're just crazy good for their points for what they're bringing. Then we have the Avatar of Cain, which is just that dude in the middle who is going to mess you up. He's very durable and he's quite killy, so he's really nice. Then we have the Death Jester. So Death Jester, it's got the Fates Messenger, so you can change anything to a 6. Anyone in the chat, can you just let me know if the audio is good, please? So after that, sorry, we had Barrowhoff before the Death Jester. Barrowhoff, so you can do Fire and Fade. Then we have Death Jester, changing that to a 6, which then comes in with his rules for stuff like Sustained and things like that. So I think as well maybe Dev. So yeah, really, really nice on the Death Jester. This is all characters, so it's a super interesting list. I think it's going to be quite difficult to play, but it's super interesting. Then you've got Eldrad Ulthran with, he's giving you that Doom for +1 to wound, but also what he's giving you is the extra Fate dice, which I should imagine this list really needs, that Fate dice. Then we have the Farseer with the Eldritch Storm, which is nice. Again, anyone in chat, just let me know how the audio is. If the audio is good, just give me like a thumbs up or whatever. So Farseer, I should imagine they're bringing like -1 to wounds and stuff for the Avatar of Cain and things like that. You've then got Fugant, which has got a super strong melter. He's not bad in combat, and he gets up on a 2+ as well, so he's really good. And then you've got Karandras, the Striking Scorpions guy. He is alright. Like, I don't think he's doing anything amazing. I think he has Infiltrate, which is nice. Okay, thanks guys on the audio, Ollie and George. Then we have Prince Ariel, the Solitaire, and the Incarn. Obviously, Solitaire's Lone Op, Death Jester's Lone Op. I am surprised that Illic Nightspear's not in here, because I think he's another real nice infiltrating Lone Op character, which can then get you around, because I think, this army is very, weak to probably outline of sight shooting. I know it's not as prevalent nowadays, but, you come up against a guard list with a bit of outline of sight, you could be in trouble. They're just going to be picking up like 2 characters with ease a turn. But I suppose you've got the Incarn to jump in there and try and sort them out at the back. But yeah, super interesting list. So nice there, Adam. I think it will be quite hard to play. So let's go on to the next one. Is Alistair McRae's list, and he's playing Hypercritic Legion Necrons. There have the Chronomancer, who's obviously got the Fire and Fade, got the Catan of the Nightbringer, which is, he's obviously very good, very killy. You can teleport him about. Silent King is in there to, I assume, buff units. Teleport him about, I suppose. He's got some straight 6-inch damage weapons. Then we have the Transcendent Talent, which can teleport anyway if he advances. We have a unit of 10 Tesla Immortals and a unit of 5. I'm assuming that the unit of 10 will get the Chronomancer for the -1 to hit and the Fire and Fade. You then have a Doomstalker, which is an interesting choice for the Hypercrypt Legion. A lot cheaper than the Doomsday Ark, though. We then have the Lockhust Heavy Destroyers. We have 3 of those. 2 with Amnetic Exterminators for anti-infantry. 1 with the Gauss Destructor for anti-tank. We have the Bad Boy Monolith and a couple of units of Tomb Blades, which can also fire and fade and are very nice. Especially they can advance as well with the Tesla Carbines. They can advance and do actions. Yeah, really nice options there. Yeah, nice list. Very interesting. I'll be looking forward to see how Alistair plays that. So, cool list. Then we have Ben Clark from the Funky Shack, who is playing Thousand Suns. So we have Araman. We have the Exalted Sorcerer with the Lord of the Forbidden Law, which I think he can do the thing twice, what they call the rituals twice, even if it's already been done. So maybe he's planning on using a certain ritual twice per turn a lot. I'm not sure if there's a chat. Is there something out there that's like really good that you'd want to use the same ritual twice per turn? We have the Arcane Vortex on the Infernal Master, which is +1 strength, +1 damage. We have Magnus the Red, who is just a boss. I'm glad that he's good in this edition. I would like them to make Morty a little bit better when the Death Guard Codex comes out. And then we have the Umbralific Pistol on the Thousand Suns Sorcerer and Terminator armor, who I'm assuming will go with some Terminators. Yes, there's some Terminators down here. We have 10 Rubrics with Warp Flamers. I love the Rubrics with Warp Flamers. Great for Overwatch. You know, there's so much stuff now that teleports about. 3-inch Deep Strike, things like that. I think, you know, having some Flamers in your list is just really important. And then we've got the 5 with more Flamers, and then we've got 3 with Bolt Guns, and we've got a Soul Reaper Cannon on this unit of 5 as well. Okay, then we have the Mutalith Vortex Beast, which is cool. It's quite tanky. Can deal out some, I think it deal out some mortal wounds. It's got some guns, so that's not too bad. The unit of 10 Scarab Terminators. It's a nice big block. They can teleport with the Umbralific Crystal. So yeah, they can do some damage, and they're also a brick that you've got to try and get through, which is not always easy for a lot of armies. And then we have Zangor Enlightened, which I'm assuming he's just put in there for points, unless there's something. Ollie, is there something I don't know about this that makes them really good? The Zangor Enlightened. I'm assuming it's just a cheap point scoring unit. So nice there. Then we have Ben Cordell's Admech. So we have some Skitarii Rangers. I actually don't know too much about Admech, so I'm going to be a little bit useless on this one. With the Malthonic Susurrus, the Peerless Eradicator, and the Radial Suffusion on each of his Tech Priests and Manipulatives and 1 Skitarii Marshal. We have the Skitarii Rangers, which are nice. Got the Transibonic Arquebus on this one. And then we've got the Vanguard. The Vanguard are really nice, like they're lower in your OC, which makes them look really good. So I really like them for that. And then we have the Scorpius Dune Rider, which is going to have, I'm sure, some of them guys in. We've got 3 Iron Strider Ballistari. We've got 2 units of Cataphrone Breaches, 1613, that anti-vehicle shooting. Onaga Dune Crawler, which again, a bit of anti-tank there. Some Pataraxi Sterilizers, which are the bat wings with the flamers. Again, flamers are always great. We've got 2 units of those. Sicarian Infiltrators for some infiltrating action. And then we've got a Scorpius Disintegrator, which I believe is the... I'm not sure if it's got the outline of sight shooting on this one. The Ferromite Cannon, I don't know what that is. And then we have Sidonian Dragoons with Taser Lance, which are meant to be really good in combat. And to top that off, you've got a Vindicare Assassin to snipe people in the face, which has also got some other snipers. So, you know, with those all linked together, could end up taking out a few characters. Then we have, for anyone joining, we're just going through the lists for the upcoming BFS Grand Tournament. We've got Gareth Hughes, who has recently been on the channel. The Bat Rep is coming this Friday. And his Death Guard. So we have a Biologist Putrefied, Biologist Putrefied, Foul Blight Spawn, Foul Blight Spawn. So this is the 3 grenades strat along with the fight first and then 5's lethal hits. It's just a really good thing. Mortarion and Typhus. Typhus with their mortal wounds is just a bit of a unit and it's pretty scary. And then Mortarion to buff stuff, not hugely scary. So we have a unit of 2 units of 10 Plague Marines, which the characters are going to go with them to give them fight first, and the lethals on 5s and the grenades and all that. Then we have 2 Death Guard Rhinos, which they'll go in. Ollie said that the Thousand Suns unit is good for 45 points. George, is the pairings released tomorrow? Yes, the pairings will be done tomorrow. We have 2 Death Guard Rhinos. We've got Death Guard Cultists, which you've got that scout move. Predator Destructor, the Fetid Bloat Drone with the Flesh Mower. Then we have 2 Plague Burst Crawlers, which I'm sure are going to be walking around with Mort. We have 2 units of Nurglings for point scoring and a War Dog Brigand. Then we have Gareth Thomas's Orcs, who has also recently been on the channel. We have Big Mech with Shock Attack Gun. We've got Gazgul Thraka with Macri. Captain Badruck, which I believe is the Freebooters. Is it Freebooters? Mozrog on Scragbad, which is the guy on the big squig. Nob on Smasher Squig and a War Boss. So we have 2 units of 10 boys. We've got 2 trucks, which are probably the boys are going in. We've got Deathcopters. We've got Flash Gits. That's it, the Flash Gits. That's it, who I was thinking about, not Freebooters. And then we have some Gretchen. 1 unit of 2 Mega Knobs, which I think is going to go with Gazgul. We have a unit of 9 Knobs, which I think will be the War Boss, probably in a truck. We've got some Squig Hog Boys and a unit of 6, and then Storm Boys for point scoring. So nice orc list there. Combination between hitting hard and point scoring. Who we got next? George Hutley, who is in the chat. So George, if you haven't seen, got some advice off the boys from Art of War on his list. So let's see how much of the advice he's actually taken. We have the Apothecary Biologus with the Beacon Angelus. We've got the Captain with the Tome of Ectoclades, which is the Oath of Moment, but you still, on one of them, you still get the reroll to wound, I believe. So you can do 2 Oath of Moments in one turn, but on one of them you get a reroll to wound, which is really nice and probably needed at the moment for Death Guard. Then we have the Thief of Secrets. Also might help to kill something big, like if someone's got a big like monolith or something like that, just whack out on the monolith and then watch it burn. Thief of Secrets, which is the +1 strength and damage, and maybe something else, AP maybe, something like that, which is really nice. Oh no, it's +1, and then if you kill something, doesn't it go to +2 on both strength and damage? So turns the Captain Gravis Armor into a bit of a beat stick. He has taken some of the advice. We've got a big, heavy intercessor squad. And then we have a smaller intercessor squad. So this is the heavy intercessor squad. This is the normal intercessor squad. Then we have assault intercessors with jump packs. We have a unit of 5. Centurion Devastator squad, which will be lethal. And that will be, I'm sure, jumping around the board. Company Heroes which go with the captain. And then we have a big Eradicator squad ready to kill everyone, and 2 Inceptor squads ready to jump in, 1 3-man and 1 6-man, assault bolters, and then the 3-man's got the plasma. 2 infiltrator squads. I love infiltrators, so good against like the 3-inch deep strike. It's really, really nice. And then we have the Calidus assassin. George says, basically I didn't have any inquisitorial henchmen. The old voidsmen at arms and stuff, yeah. So no cheap 40-point unit or 50-point unit or whatever they are. So the Calidus assassin in there, which is great. But yeah, I really like this list. I think it's very cool, and I definitely think it can cause people problems. Also, I know George is a very good player. He's been on the channel, so I'm sure he will do well with it. Next is Julio. I'm going to try and pronounce his surname. Cesare Gamandi. Julio's a really nice guy. So he very much is an Aeldari Drukhari player, and today he is taking Drukhari. So we have Sky Splinter Assault. We have 3 Archons, one with the Nightmare Shroud, which is ignoring Overwatch. So you can ignore Overwatch with this unit when you get out of a transport. We've got the Beastmaster squad, which has a 9-inch scout move and then like a 12-inch move. So like a 21-inch, could be a 21-inch first gave turn. Great for, it's quite a lot of models in there. So it's great for a turn 1 charge. You could clear some stuff, clear some screens, clear some infiltrating units, clear something that you think the opponent's going to use to score a lot of points. Or you can just use them to move block and just mess your opponent's first turn up. We have Lilith Hesperax, which I'm sure will be with some witches. She is brutal. Anti-infantry 2+ on the wounding, and she can like sustain hits 2, get extra attacks, just mince. And also now, if she's empowered, I think she's like -4. So yeah, super strong. Maybe even -5. I think -4. So we have 2 units of 5 racks, which are probably there to get in pain tokens. Shove them forward, let them die. Witches and witches, so I'm sure one of them will be going with Lilith. A couple of raiders to carry maybe said witches. Then we have 3 venoms with splinter cannons. Oh no, 1, 2, 3, 4 venoms with splinter cannons. A Kronos, again farm them pain tokens. 3 units of incubi, which I'm sure an Archon will go with each, to give them the full rerolls to wound. 2 units of mandrakes, and then 3 units of scourge, 2 with dark lance, and 1 with, no, all 3 have got, no, yeah, 2 with dark lance, 1 with haywire. And then we have the Death Jester, which is just a great lone op for Drukhari, because Drukhari don't really have access to lone operatives. So him sitting there being able to hold an objective and not get hit by the out of line of sight shooting is really, really nice. So I think it's a really good choice. Also, you know, he doesn't do bad damage when he wants as well. So really nice list. Julio's a great player, so I'm sure that will be played well as well. Okay, next up is Harley Scully. Also been on the channel a few times, and he's bringing his Grey Knights. Okay, so Harley. He is taking a Grandmaster with the Sigil of Exigence, which is the enhancement where if you target something that this Grandmaster's with, you can pick him up and bring him back anywhere on the board 9 inches away. It's an immediate teleport, I believe. And then you can target something else. So then we have Kaldor Drago. We have the Brotherhood Terminator squad, where there is a unit of 5 Terminators. I'm assuming Kaldor Drago will go with the Terminator squad. We have a Strike squad. We then have 2 Interceptor squads, which can move, shoot, move. Also really nice when you can drop them 3 inches away from a objective, shoot, and then move on to the objective, taking it off something. It's really nice. We've got 3 Nemesis Dread Knights, all with the Incinerators, Heavy Psycannons, Demon Great Hammers. These are amazing. You can do the 6-inch advance through terrain. You can then charge after advancing. They're like super good. Like now, I think I really rate the Nemesis Dread Knights. Still think they probably die relatively easy, but I think they're really good. The Paladin squad, he's got 10 Paladins, I believe, 10 or 9 or 10 I'm assuming. Then he's got an Ancient in there and a Paragon, yeah, so 10 Paladins. He'll have the Grandmaster with these, so when someone targets him, he can pick them up. Also, the Grandmaster means they ignore all modifiers, so, you know, that -1 damage or halving damage, that disappears. That is no longer a thing. He has the Calidus Assassin to pick up, put down, pick up, put down to score points, along with the rest of his army that's being picked up and put down. And then he has some Voidsmen at arms to hold an objective, probably at the back, against certain armies, or maybe they go and get deployed to Teleportheimers for a while, or something, although he won't be taking fixed, unless he's going for behind enemy lines and engage or something like that. But yeah, really nice list. Harley's a good player, and I'm sure he'll pilot them well. I'm interested to see how he gets on over the weekend. Okay, then we have Harry Smith, who is taking Necrons. He's taking the Canaptech Court. Very strong, the Canaptech Court. Especially, I was speaking to Mike yesterday, and we had a game on the channel and we were talking about Canaptech Court. The fact that Overwatch is so strong if you've got the Matrix up. You know, your full rerolls with Canaptech Doomstalkers, you're then hitting on 5s in Overwatch. It's like having an extra shooting phase, which is, you know, super nice. So we've got the Chronomancer, we've got the Citan Shard of the Nightbringer, and the Void Dragon. Okay, so, I mean, I don't know how Harry's going to play this, but, I mean, don't get me wrong, Catans are great, but without the Hypercrypt, they're a little bit harder to get around. Maybe he just sort of throws them into the middle. We then have a Hexmark Destroyer, which are great for scoring points, or just coming down, doing a little bit of damage. Overwatch, just, you know, getting rid of chaff, point scoring units. A Luminous Azares, who's a boss, really durable. We have a Plasmancer, and we have a Technomancer with Dimensional Sanctum, which I believe is the infiltrating enhancement. Can't see any other enhancements. Then we have 2 Immortals, 1 Tesla, 1 Gauss. So either the Plasmancer and the Chronomancer will be on one of each of these, I'm assuming. We've got 3 Canaptech Doomstalkers, which are great in this detachment. We've got 3, 6, so 2 units of 3 Scarab Swarms, and then we have 6 Wraiths, and then the Tomb Blades to do some point scoring and stuff like that. Wraiths, the Technomancer will go with these and give them Infiltrate, which is really nice and super strong. And they've got some little tricks they can do in the Canaptech Court, like you come within 6, they can then move. When they do move, they move over you in that 6-inch move. They can then do their Mortal Wound thing again, because it's triggered when you do a normal move. So that's really nice. So you could be doing double lots of Mortal Wounds a turn. Also, you can make them so you can't shoot them, or you can do that with the Doomstalkers with the outside of 12, basically make them lone op. So really nice. Then we have Jack Sayer. Jack is playing demons. We have Be'lakor. You can't leave home if you're a demon player without Be'lakor. We have the Great Unclean One, the Great Unclean One, and Rotigus. I'm not totally sure what Rotigus does. I know the Great Unclean Ones are super hard to get rid of. The Endless Gift, I'm assuming that just makes him more durable. So yeah, that is a lot of wounds that are going to be hard to kill unless you've got the tools to do it. And what I'm assuming Jack's plan is to stick one of each of these on the 3 middle objectives and just go, ta-da! And then spend your time getting rid of them and all of your resources. And then I'm sure he's going to throw Shalaxi and Be'lakor down your throat. He's got some Flesh Hounds down here, some Plague Bearers. They'll probably sit on the back objective. Some Pink Horrors to be annoying and just keep splitting. And then 4 units of Nurglings to score points and stuff. I'm not sure whether he's taking fixed with this or he's going to take in tactical. I'd be interested to know. But Demon's got some tricks. They've got the 3-inch deep strike, stuff like that. So also 6-inch deep strike if they're within their warp thing. So yeah, really nice. I'm really looking forward to see how Jack plays that. He's a good player, so we'll see. And then we have Jason Dickens. Also a good player. He's playing Iron Warriors. Abaddon the Despoiler. Heretic Astartes, Demon Prince with Wings. Slanesh, yeah. Intoxicating Elixir. I believe that gives him the 5-up Feel No Pain. Sorcerer and Terminator armor with Orbs of Unlife. He's noble. I don't know what that is. Anyone knows what Orbs of Unlife is? Let me know in the chat. We have Cultist Mob of, I believe, 10 rather. And another unit of 10 cultists. A Land Raider. A Terminator Squad. Is that who Abaddon's going with? Is this a unit of 5 Terminators? A bit of like a bodyguard unit for Abaddon to bowl around with. We've got 3 Chaos Vindicators, which are naughty if you roll well. And a unit of 10 Plague Marines. Really interesting list. I'd be very interested to see how that plays. We've got the Warpsmith as well. Yeah. Really interested to see how that plays. Who's in the Land Raider? Is it Abaddon in the Land Raider with the Terminator unit? Or the Plague Marines maybe. Maybe the Plague Marines are in the Land Raider to jump out and get stabby. Okay, next up is Joshua Maltby, who is playing Death Guard. So we have... I don't know what Deadly Pathogen does, but Biology Putrefy, Biology Putrefy, Biology Putrefy, Fire Blightspawn, Black Blightspawn, and Typhus. And we have Plague Marines. So 2 units of 10 Plague Marines. That's where the fight first will be. 2 units of 5 Plague Marines. This is sort of a bit of a thing for Death Guard at the minute. You have the Biologist Putrefy and the other dude that gives you fight first. And yeah, 2 units of 10 Plague Marines. Death Guard Cultists, Death Shroud Terminators. Oh, got them Death Shroud Terminators. Haven't seen them for a while. 5 of them. Ollie says, 3 Vindicators, the man likes a gamble. Yeah, I agree. That's swingy. It's like running 3 Doomsday Arcs, I tell you. We then have 3 Predator Annihilators. No, sorry, 2 Predator Annihilators, 1 Predator Destructor. I actually don't know what the difference is. Obviously, it's the Top Gun, but I don't know what the Destructor does. The Annihilator is like a autocannon. I don't know exactly what the Destructor does. 30 Bloat Drone with the Plague Spitters. Love the Flamers, they're really good. 3 Rhinos to put all of the Plague Marines in. Noglins. Nice list. Solid list. Okay, then we have Kriton. I'm not going to pronounce his surname. I'm going to try actually Kriton. Is it Sintaris? Maybe? Okay. We have Catan Shard of the Nightbringer. We have a Technomancer. We have another Technomancer. We have the enhancement. This is Canaptic Core. We have the Metalodermal Tesla Weave and Dimensional Sanctum. I think this is the Infiltrate. I can't remember what the Tesla Weave is. Is it Mortal Wounds when you get charged or something? Might be. The Silent King. Okay. Put out some buffing. Full rerolls on him. Smart line of sight shooting. You know. 3 Doomstalkers. It's like, if you're running Canaptic Core, I think you have to run 3 Doomstalkers. I just think it's stupid not to, really. Then we have 3 units of 3 Scarabs with a Canaptic Spider. Okay. I wonder if they're there for the Scarabs or they're there for the Doomstalkers. Then we have 2 units of Wraiths, which the Technomancers will go with. Then we have a Lockhusk Destroyer. A Lockhusk Destroyer, these are just point scoring units. And some Tomb Blades with Particle Beamers. Interesting, not the Tesla to get the advance and be able to shoot. Yeah, really nice list. Again, really interested to see how Kriton plays that. So next up is Lee Hall. a veteran of 40k gaming. Been there a long time, probably long as the oldest piece of furniture, I reckon. So we have a Catan Shard of the Void Dragon. Technomancer. He's also playing Canaptech Court. He has the infiltrating unit of Wraiths as well. We've got 3 units of Doomstalkers. We've got 18 Wraiths. Ooh, this is going to be hard to get through. Although, one unit of those Wraiths hasn't got a 5-up Feel No Pain. But they're still good with a 4-up in Vun, T6. And also, that unit hasn't got the infantry keywords, so there's a lot of anti-infantry in the game, so that stuff that anti-infantry will actually find it a lot harder to then kill that unit. We have a unit of Death Marks for point scoring, a Luck Cost Destroyer for point scoring, and 2 units of Scorpec Destroyers. 2 units of 6 as well. I really like these Scorpec Destroyers now. You're getting the full rerolls on the charge. You can get devastating wounds by popping the plasma sight. I think they're really cool, and you know, probably going to be used. You can rapid ingress them. You can just keep them. They've got 8-inch movement. It's not bad. I really like them. You've got a lot here. Everything is a threat really, apart from a couple of units. Yes, George, that is a lot of Wraiths to chew through. I completely agree. And on top of that, you've got a Void Dragon as well. 3 units of Wraiths, a Void Dragon, 3 Doomstalkers that are just going to be absolutely massacring you from the back. And then you're going to have to deal with 12 Scorpex Destroyers that are getting full rerolls to hit on the charge. That are, you know, Strength 7 -2 damage with Dev Wounds. So, yeah, it's going to be a brutal list. I like it, Lee. Very, very nice. Then we have Liam O'Brien, who is playing World Eaters. Everyone loves a World Eaters player because it's fun. Okay, we have Angron, Khan the Betrayer. We have Lord Invocatus, who's the flying Juggernaut dude. We have a World Eaters on Lord on Juggernaut, and he has the enhancement Favoured of Khorne. Then we had a World Eaters Master Executions. Master Executions are pretty good. So we have a unit of 10 Jackals. We have a unit of 10 Khorne Berserkers. We have a Rhino, probably to put them Berserkers in. So 3 8-bound, 3 8-bound. Then we have 3 Exalted 8-bound, 3 Exalted 8-bound, and a War Dog Brigand. Nice list. Just ram that down someone's throat and see if they can deal with it. I like it. Probably play the Brigand in strategic reserves, bring that on, shoot some stuff. It's cool. Cool list. Then we have Mr. Mike Chang, who I was playing last night with this exact list, so I can tell you what it does. So we have the 3 Biologist Putrifiers, 2 Foul Blight Spawns for the Fight First, Typhus for the Mortal Wounds. We have 2 units of 5, 2 units of 10 Plague Marines with all the gubbins. Then we have 2 Rhinos. So, you know, either 2 units of 5 are sitting out or a unit of 10 are sitting out of the Rhino. Then we have a Predator Destructor, the Cultists for the Scout move. We have 2 Flaming Bloat Drones. We have 2 Flaming Plague Burst Crawlers and the Mortars. And then we have 1 with the Entry Cannons. There's a lot of Flamers here, along with the Plague Marines. I found that out. And then we have 2 units of 3 Nurglings. Great list. I think with Death Guard, they just do so much damage. It's just chip damage, grenades, chip damage, flamers. Like, it's just, they don't even need the entry cannons. Get rid of them. They never get used. Just get rid of entry cannons. Put all flamers on there, because then when you want to deep strike in, you're getting flamed on anti-infantry 2+, and it's just, yeah, I really like it. Great list, Mike. And Mike is a good pilot, so I'm sure he'll do well. Then we have Mr. Oliver Pickett, who you also know from the channel, who is in the chat. A lot of flamers and no brigands. I like it, from George. Yeah, it's a great list, Mike's list. I think in the current meta as well, it's really good. I do think you could come up against a couple of things that might ruin your day. You know, some hard stat checks, but I think in general, in the meta, I think it's really strong. Okay, Oliver is playing Black Templars. He's turned away from Chaos. He is a traitor's traitor. So we have High Marshal Helbrecht, although I do like his Black Templars. They're painted very well. I love his colour scheme. Ferocity, Sword of High Marshals, Warlord. Helbrecht is an absolute boss. He's fantastic. Just a great character. Not that durable, but wow, he does a lot. Apothecary Biologus with the Fire Discipline. We have a captain with the Honor Vehement. What are we playing? Are we playing Gladius Task Force? I like it. I like all the able to fall back, shoot, advance and charge. I know Ollie loves an advance and charge. Then we have a Judicar, which is nice for the fight first. Lieutenant with combi weapon. Is this the lieutenant that has lone op? I'm assuming it is, because I also know Oliver loves a lone op. Ollie, is it lone op? We have an Eradicator squad. Is it just 3? Yeah, I think it's 3 with melter rifles. And then 3 with multi-melters? I think it's 3. He is lone up. Ollie is confirmed. We have an Inceptor squad with plasma. We have an Infiltrator squad to stop all that pesky infiltration. We have Primaris Sword Brethren, who I am 100% sure one of these units will go with Helbrecht, and they will wreck face. Some more Primaris Sword Brethren, some more Primaris Sword Brethren. Ooh. They're going to be killing people. A Scout squad, because 2 Scout squads, because they're cheap. We have a Land Raider Redeemer. So prepare to get flamed to death. It's a 6-man, sorry, the Eradicator is a 6-man with 2 multi-melters. So 4 melter rifles, 2 multi-melters. I was trying to work that out. Then we have 2 impulsors, 3 impulsors. I'm assuming is for all the Sword Brethren. And then we have a Calidus Assassin who is there for the uppy downy. Point scoring. I like it. I like it. Stick the Land Raider Redeemer in the middle. Flame anything that comes near. Helbrecht and his boys jump out and kill everything. What could go wrong? And then some infiltrators, some eradicators just to kill anything that, you know, needs killing. I like it. So I'm assuming the Judicar goes with 1 Sword Brethren. Helbrecht goes with 1. Maybe the Apothecary with another, or Captain. Who's the Apothecary going with? Is he going with the Eradicators? I see, yeah, with the Eradicators to make them more, what's the word? Effective. More effective. I like it, Ollie. I like it. I'm looking forward to see how Ollie does with that over the weekend. We then have Reg Knight from the Harwich Heretics. Ollie says certainly better value than Chosen. George says the Redeemer probably had Eradicators in as well. Oh, could have done, yeah. Didn't think about that, George. Or they could be coming in from Strat Reserve. So, you never know. Ollie might mix it up. 1 game from Strat Reserve, 1 game from the Redeemer. So Reg is playing the Gladius Task Force, Space Marines. Let's Lieutenant in Phobos Armor, Tech Marine, Tech Marine, Tech Marine. This is Gladius Task Force, yeah? So 3 Tech Marines and a Lieutenant. We have 3 Ballistus Dreadnoughts, 1 Brutalis Dreadnought, and 1 Redemptor Dreadnought. That's a lot of Dreadnoughts. Nice, I like it. All them 2-up saves. We have 2 Scout Squads for point scoring and causing upset. We have a Terminator Assault Squad, another Terminator Assault Squad, 2 units of 5. We have 3 Armiger Warglaives. Really interesting list. Look forward to seeing how Reg plays this. It's got a lot of shooting. You've got a lot of OC with the Warglaives as well. Yeah, I like it. Interesting. Okay, next up we have Richard Swallow from the Hutton Half Guards. He is playing Tau. Tau. So we have Commander in Cold Star Battlesuit. We have a Breacher team. Another Breacher team. So 2 Breacher teams of 10. Vespid with wings, I'm sure, and Vespid with wings. I'm sure, Sting wings, sorry. I'm sure they're going to be there to score points, deep strike and whatnot. Cheap deep strikers. We have some broadside battlesuits who have the heavy rail rifles. Then we have broadside battlesuits with heavy rail rifles. We have crisis battlesuits with iron blasters, shield drone, shield generator, cyclic iron blasters. Loads of shots coming out of them. We have a Riptide battlesuit, a Riptide battlesuit. So 3 of those. We have Tetras, 2 units of Tetras, which are fantastic for their points, given the re-rolls. I think, you know, if you're playing competitive Tau, it's hard to leave home without them. We have a 2 Devilfish, which I'm assuming the Breacher teams will go in. So nice. Good old Tau list. Richard's been playing them for a long time, so should do well. Then we have Rob Shatton, who has also been on the channel. He is playing Custodes. He's the only Custodes player. So we've got Trajan Valoras. We have the Blade Champion with Ceaseless Hunter, which allows the fullback charge, all that sort of fullback shoot and charge. He also, Blade Champion also can give you advance and charge on a turn, once per battle. We have 3 Custodian Guard. 3 Custodian Guard. No. We have 6 and 6. Or is it 5? 3 Spears. 3 Custodian Guard. Oh, no, sorry, 5. 1 with the Vexilla, 1 with the Shield, Sentinel Blade, and then 3 Spears. So 2 units of 5, which I'm sure Trajan and maybe the Blade Champion are going with. Unless there's some Wardens. Oh yeah, we've got Wardens. We have Alaris Custodians, so 3 Alaris Custodians, a unit of 3 Alaris Custodians, a unit of 2 Alaris Custodians, then 2 units of 5 Wardens where probably characters are going. Then we have some Witch Seekers, which are the Flaming Sisters of Silence, and a Calidus Assassin, and a Lord Inquisitor Kyria Draxus. I don't actually know what he does. Maybe he's a lone op that's just good for sitting somewhere and scoring points. Calidus is also good for that. So yeah, nice little list. And also Draxus is 75 points. So I'm sure it will do well. The 4-up Feel No Pain that you can pop in them Wardens is brutal. So I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. Next up we have Sam Squires. Again, you'll probably know Sam from the channel if you watch. So Death Leaper, Neuro Tyrant, Winged Hive Tyrant. This Winged Hive Tyrant's great for giving out like free CP. You can use the stratagems for 0 CP with him. It's really good for that. It's on like a unit within, I think it's within Synapse range. It's really, really good. We've got the Neuro Tyrant and the Death Leapers, which are both, I believe, can infiltrate. I know the Death Leaper can. So we've got Gargoyles, just point scoring units. I believe these can shoot, move, shoot, which is nice. The Biovore, which is one of the stupidest things in the game, where you can just throw a mine out and you're like, oh yeah, this mine can do actions. You can do anything you want, that mine. Literally doesn't even cost you points, but can win you the game. We have 2 Exocrines. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that Tyranids are broken or anything. I just think it's a stupid interaction to have with ammunition. So 2 Exocrines that are very nice. Good shooting. 2 units of 10 Gene Stealers, which get the scout move. They're pretty brutal. We have 2 Maleceptors. Again, shooting's not bad on these. It's the only thing with these is they're 18-inch range, so you really need to throw them up the board pretty quick. We have 2 Neurolictors, which are going to make you do battle shocks, which is also always a little bit naughty. And obviously the thing there, they can make you battle shock anyway, which is also pretty naughty. So you can end up like, you think, oh, I've got like 2 or 3 objectives, and then suddenly you haven't got any because you just failed all your battle shock, and you can't auto pass it, and it's -1 because of the Neurotyrant. I don't think the Neurotyrant actually does. He doesn't infiltrate, but he is the one that gives the -1 on that thing when he's on the board. So you can really be in a pickle. Suddenly you've lost all of your objectives and you're not scoring any primary for a turn. It messes you up. But I really like it. It's a cool army rule. Then we have the Pyrovores, who are both nice. Flamers. Flamers are always good. Overwatch, things like that. Kill chaff. Great. And they're only 35 points. I like it. And they're good. They could also just sit there and score points. Bring them on, score points, do investigate with them. 35 points, why not? And then we've got some Von Rider Zeepers. These are the ones I was thinking about. These infiltrate. So yeah, a nice list from Sam there. I have played this list before. It's very good. Okay, after that we have Sean O'Connor, who is also playing Grey Knights. So we have Brother Captain Stern, Librarian to do Vortex of Doom, Brotherhood Tech Marine, Grandmaster and Nemesis Dread Knight with the Demon Great Hammer and Cinerat Side Cannon, Caldor Drago. We have a Brotherhood Terminator Squad, a unit of 5. We have Strike Squad, unit of 5. We have a Grey Knights Land Raider. Nice. We have another Nemesis Dread Knight with same loadout. We have a unit of Paladins, which I believe is a unit of 5, and another unit of 5 Paladins. Interesting. I'll be interested to see how this is played. See how Sean gets on with it. Whether he's putting the Paladins in the Land Raider and then they sort of are shooting out from there. I do like it. I wonder who Drago's going with and who the Brother Captain Stern's going with. Very interesting list. So next up we have Mr. Tom Coppin, who also has done a battle report with me that's coming out in a couple of weeks. So we have the Cadian Command Squad with who's going to be with Lord Solar Leontis, and we have a tank commander, which is a Lehman Russ Demolisher. We have some Cadian shock troops, which will go with Leontis, I'm assuming. Some more Cadian shock troops, some more Cadian shock troops. Then we have 3 armoured sentinels. Oh, okay. Interesting. Haven't seen this. Interested to see how they do. A unit of 3 as well. Interesting. Then we have 2 units of Bullgrins. 2 units of 6 Bullgrins. Oh, that's going to be hard to chew through. 2 units of 6. Chewing through 1 unit's hard enough. They're going to sit and they are going to cause problems in the midboard. Another Lehman Russ Demolisher. Another Lehman Russ Demolisher. Then a Lehman Russ Executioner. A Lehman Russ Executioner. So these are the plasma cannon ones. Oh, all the plasma. Very nice. I like that. Then we have Tempestos Science, Tempestos Science. So, interestingly, no artillery. Very interesting. Tempestos Science, obviously, there's point scoring and whatnot. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's got 5 Lehman Russ tanks. That's a lot to chew through as well. I like it. It's a really cool list. There's no artillery. It's just with the tanks chugging up, destroying things, and then the Bullgrin just holding the midboard. Very cool list. Then we have Trelawney Joyce from the Funky Shack, who is playing Necrons. He is playing Hypercrypt Legion. So he has a Chronomancer. He has Catan of the Nightbringer. He has the Void Dragon. He has the Hexmark Destroyer, Imhotep the Stormlord, and the Technomancer. Imhotep's obviously to get him extra CP. We have 10 Gauss Immortals. We have 3 units of 3 Scarab Swarms. We have a unit of 6 Wraiths, which the Technomancer will go with, and they have Dimensional Overseer, which I believe gives them Deep Strike. Then we have a Lockcast Destroyer for point scoring, Lockcast Heavy Destroyer for anti-tank. We have 10 Lich Guard, and we have a Monolith. I'm assuming the 10 Lich Guard Imhotep will go with them to give them the -1 to wound. And then with War Scythes, oh, maybe they're going to come out of the Monolith. I like it. No one wants 10 Lich Guard with War Scythes coming out of a Monolith at you in your face. Yeah, he's going to obviously ping. He can ping these Nightbringer and Void Dragon about, pick them up, put them back down. Hexmark Destroyer's nice. The Chronomancer will go, I'm assuming, with the Immortals. I like it. Really, really good. They've got the Arisen Tyrant enhancement as well for the rerolls to hit out of when you drop them in. Very cool. I like this Trelawney. Then we have, last but by no means least, Mr. Will Skilling. He is also playing Guard or Astra Militarum. So we have Death Corps Marshal, Death Corps Marshal, Death Corps Marshal. Can see some Krieg coming our way. Solo Leontis with a platoon command squad. We have Ursula Creed. I can't actually remember what Ursula Creed does. Anyone remember in the chat what he does? She does. We have Death Corps of Krieg 20, 20, 20, which this is where the marshals will go. I believe these get, I remember speaking to Will about this, they get 5 up Feel No Pain, which is actually pretty hard to chew through when there's 20 models. It's quite a lot of firepower you've got to put in there, especially if they're getting like cover, their saves actually not bad, you haven't got much AP. Suddenly they're making quite a lot of saves, you're getting quite a lot of 5 up Feel No Pains. Like, it mounts up and it's hard to chew through, and it's a lot of OC. You know, you stick them on some objectives, you really got to get rid of them. And then backing that up, we've got the infantry squad, which will go with Solo Leontis, and the command squad. We have the Earthshaker Carriage Battery, which is basically a Basilisk. So we have 2 of them to sit at the back and pick stuff up, kill your point scoring units, that sort of thing. Then we have a Lehman Russ battle tank with the battle cannon. We have 2 Rogel Dawns, which are they are brutal. You know, they can really kick out some damage, the old Rogel Dawns. They're very nice with the old Oppressor Cannons. We have a 1 Scout Sentinel with the Chainsword Missile. You know, if you can get out of line of sight with the batteries, you can make them hit better, give them reroll 1s. Then we have 2 units of 5 Tempestus Scions to score points. I really like this. You sort of got like a little bit of artillery at the back, you know, just softening up your opponent. You've then got these big units like the meat shield going forward of all of these like Kriegsmen, Death Corps of Krieg, yeah, all these Kriegsmen. And then you've got your tanks, you know, your Lehman Russ, your Rogel Dawns rolling up behind, just picking stuff up. I really like it. Like, thematically, I think it's super coolest. And obviously Leontis will be there just giving orders from the back with his sword held in the air, like the boss he is. So, that is all of the lists we have gone through for the upcoming tournament. Anyone in chat, who's your favourite? Have we got any predictions on who's going to win? We don't want to know your prediction, Harley, because Harley will pick himself. What about you, George? Ollie, who do you think is going to win? I think my standout lists, I really like Lee Hall's Necron list. I think it's just a lot to chew through, and also it's got a bit of punch to it. I do like it. With them Scorpec Destroyers, I think it's very different. I really like Jack Sayers' list as well with the Chaos Demons, with all of like the unclean ones just sitting there on objectives like, no, I don't want to move. You can't kill me. So I really think that's a cool list. I really like that. I think Julio will do great with his Drukhari. He knows them inside out. George's Deathwatch. I mean, to be honest, Deathwatch are one of the bottom factions at the moment. So to see how George does. I'd like to see him take some scalps. Obviously, a lot of the Necron builds are, you've got the Catans in there, you've got some Wraiths in there. They're gonna be durable, which is always a problem for some armies. I'd like to see the Admech do well with the Rad Zone, dealing their mortal wounds. They can always be a problem. Not so much for the Necrons, because they can just sort of reanimate. But yeah, a couple of Grey Knight lists. Iron Warriors I'd like to see do well. Jason, just because CSM have taken such a battering. Tau, I'd like to see how Tau get on. Yeah, I think it's a good cross section. So how many Necron players we've got? 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have got 5 Necron players. So it is by far the most played faction in this tournament. Interesting. Very, very interesting. We'll see. Well, guys, that is going to be me for this stream. Hope you guys enjoyed looking through these lists. Maybe you learnt something about these lists. Maybe you learnt something about why people are taking stuff. Maybe you saw stuff that I didn't. Leave it in the comments. If I completely missed something that's really powerful, something, like I say, I don't know Admech too well. There's a few of these armies that I don't know inside out, but I think I had a pretty good grasp on most of them. Actually, I really like Adam Brown's list as well, the Aldari, because it's all characters, and I think it's just like, it's a bit memey, but I actually think it's still quite powerful, and one of the only armies that could just take all characters, because they've got some really strong data sheets. Ollie says, I think Lee or Sam, if anyone fails some battle shocks, the all character. You want the all characters to Eldar list to win. Yeah, it's such a cool list. Yeah, Sam. If people start failing battle shocks, Sam could definitely win. It's a bit of a 50-50 for Sam. If they fail with the battle shocks, he's probably going to win. If they don't, there's a chance he'll lose. Yeah, but I hope you guys enjoyed the stream, and I will see you in the next one. For anyone that's playing in the tournament, I will open up the lists momentarily after this has finished. So, thanks for watching. Please like